We are now in the final throes. What we hope and pray is the final throes of Wallace Gate, aren't we? Interestingly enough, it's still being peddled as a BBC problem, as a BBC production. You know, as a slip-up by the Beeb. I don't know if you've sort of, picked up on that from the headlines and the Telegraph. I think Monday it was like a, sex scandal at BBC or something. Now the Daily Mail's like BBC scandal. Like, you get the idea. It's all about the BBC. But it wasn't produced by the BBC. Like, that's the thing that keeps coming back to me. I'm like, why is this a thing? Like, what's with the weird branding of this? MasterChef is not produced by the BBC. I don't know how many times people need to be told that. It's not actually really technically a BBC show. It's just not. It's produced by a company called Banijay. Did you know that? And they own the production house, which is called Shine. And Shine is part of the Endemol Group. Did you know that shit? Didn't see the name Endemol on any front covers of the Mail or the Times or the Telegraph. I didn't see Gregg Wallace defined as an Endemol sex misconduct star. So it's Shine, it's a production house. You've got Endemol, it's the entertainment company, and then you've got Banijay is the corporation behind it all. And they, between all three of them, they sell it to the BBC, who then show it. They pay a license to broadcast Shine and Endemol and Banijay's product, right? It's a licensing agreement. It's like a franchise. But this idea that it's, it's the BBC are all over this. Like it's their fault. Like they owe a duty of care. What happens in this little production house's studio with the little production house's staff and HR teams is just it's exactly the kind of mythical fantasy that in any other scenario would propel its authors from the Telegraph right to the top of the fourth quarter fiction charts. Honestly, quick word to some of the Mail journalists, Telegraph journalists. Listen, if print journalism fails, which, I mean, TikTok guys, if print journalism fails for you motherfuckers, honestly, a second act career in hardbacks is just right there for the taking for you lads. And there's the panels, LBC panels, Sky News panels, Jeremy Vine panels where they discuss this, because this is a big story of the week, right? You've got your usual right-wing, I was going to say figureheads, right-wing, think tank representatives, coin-op cunts. And they're on these panels, they go, well, the BBC should have managed this better. Really? Really? Okay. The BBC should have managed a show that they pay a license to be able to play. It's the franchise. It's not them that make. The BBC should have managed this better. Right. Should a professional misconduct investigation in the Peckham McDonald's cause the CFO in New York a few sleepless nights? Should it now? Honestly, when there is a big scandal like this and they try to wrap it around the BBC, a representative from the BBC should just come out on the front steps and they should just go oh, I'm sorry, what? The chef program. Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, we don't actually make it. You understand that, right? So yeah, I reckon we probably just won't license it again. Maybe Channel 4 will take the license off us, like they did with Bake Off or what? We probably just won't renew the contract. You understand they're a supplier to us, don't you? You get what I'm saying. You understand that MasterChef isn't made by us. It's not something that's going off over there in the offices behind me. You get that, right? You're not following. You don't. Okay. Well, imagine it. So you work in newspapers, right? You work in newspapers. Okay. So you contract in some of your news from people I don't know, Reuters and Associated Press, big news gathering reporting organizations who then license their reports and articles and content back to you, right? Back to Fleet Street. And then you can put it in there sandwiched in between an article about, I don't know, aspirational parents and two-tier policing, whatever. So you license it, right? You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't be having 100 or 200 or 500 Telegraph reporters in every single city in the world. So you wait for shit to happen and then you license that shit in, right? You just buy in those reports from Kabul or Benghazi or Mexico City or Lima. And a Telegraph journalist on the steps of the BBC is like, yeah, okay, I understand. Then the guy from the BBC is like, right, okay, well, now, if a photographer, imagine there's a photographer who was on site at Reuters' little office thing in Kinshasa, right? Who, maybe this photographer, maybe he got a little bit handsy, okay? Maybe he got Trey inappropriate after a few whiskeys at the hotel where all of the journalists go back to. Maybe he made a joke about his dick. Now, if that happened in the staff of Reuters, in an office in Kinshasa, in the company who licenses you your content, do you think the paper that basically just licenses a product, you've got no actual really affiliation or connection with that, but you just buy in their product, do you think it would be right that you, the newspaper, would have your name plastered across all of the other newspapers and news reports as though you had something to do with it? Or do you think an appropriate headline on the BBC News website would be something like, I don't know, Telegraph journalist in sexual misconduct shame? Do you think that would be fair and just? No, I actually don't think that would be right at all. And the guy from the BBC would be like, no! That would be pretty fucking stupid, wouldn't it? I do sometimes, like in my lesser moments though, I confess, I do feel a bit sorry for some of these clowns though, you know? Like your Carol Malones, your Darren Grimes, who are sent out to try to find their sort of defensive angle on this, you know, who have to demand tougher action when it comes to unacceptable workplace behavior at the same time as calling a lot of that stuff woke. You know, your Carol Malones, your Isabel Oakshots, who have to bash the BBC for failing to do more. Like, you should have done more to protect women in the workplace, while at the same time defending people like Stanley fucking Johnson as having been, he's just a bit friendly. Yes, he's a bit handsy, but he's just being friendly. I feel sorry for that. Like, how are you going to adopt those same two positions, Izzy? But I'm sure they'll find a way because they are very, very clever. And this is too much of a good opportunity to pass up, to bash the BBC, right, about this, even though it's not them that produced the show. It's just, I can't give it up. Oh. I mean, these are people who normally, like, they couldn't give two shits if they grew another asshole about workplace protections or equality legislation. Like, normally, they're like, what's the sort of stuff that they come out with? Like, not necessarily Oakshott or Carol Malone, but the male guys, right? The male guys, the toxic male types. What's the kind of stuff they come out with? They say shit like, oh, come on, Jesus. Like, everybody's just too bloody sensitive now, aren't they? Like, I tell you what, in my day, right, you could go into your office and you could throw a brick at your employees. And nobody even sniffed at the word bullying. In my day, that was motivation. And if a man put his hand on your inner thigh and called you a cracking piece of ripe veal, you'd be grateful. You would be fucking grateful for it. It didn't matter if he was interrupting your presentation as you were begging to be taken seriously, or if he interrupted your own personal end-of-year appraisal to do it. They were the good old days, and these bloody liberals have ruined everything. Like, you can't even beat your own wife anymore. Like, she's your own actual property. And they won't let you. I'll tell you what, it's state overreach, if you ask me. Like, no wonder they're all so fucking annoying. It's because nobody's ever fucking slapped them about. Like, if you're a fella and you act up a bit, if you act out, if you get a bit too much, somebody's going to slap you. You're going to learn from it. That is why, by and large, blokes are all right. You're going to learn from it the way that my kids learned from it when I used to beat the shit out of them before the spanking ban, I might add. But you know what? My kids are good people now because they learned that shit the hard way. You chat shit, you get banged. Well, let me ask you this. What happens? What happens, guys, when these dumb bitches of a certain age never get slapped about? Well, they get rude. They get unruly. Of course they do. And now where are we? We're a country full of silly, chatty women who never learned to let it go because nobody ever gave them a good bloody hiding. Like, Jesus Christ, it's like it's illegal to have a penis now. Like, that is what they're normally like. That subset of male readers and journalists and the commentariat, the reactionaries, the coin-op cunts, right? That's what they're normally like. But now at the sniff of a case of sexism or misogyny at a BBC commission show, well, now fucking suddenly everyone's Caitlin fucking Moran. Everyone's a feminist now.
Just another